Hi, everybody. It's Tara Boothby from Sojourn Psychology, and I am here with another international friend. This is my friend Cindy Zane from Oahu, Hawaii, where she is in private practice. And Cindy is a fellow emotional focused therapist. She's also a supervisor and trainer. So she has a great resume of working with people from an attachment perspective. And as Cindy and I were talking about what would be interesting to discuss, we came up with this idea of how connecting to culture, heritage, and health is a strategy for mental health right now. So Cindy, you've been sharing some awesome things with me from your perspective. What would you like to say to people?
Oh, I just think it's a tremendous resource to know one's culture, one's heritage, where one came from, their family roots. It's so empowering. And, you know, when one's fortunate enough to be born in a family where that is passed down over the generations, and one is given their backgrounds, their values, their practices, their beliefs, it just provides such a strong compass for one to live by, to go to. There are rituals of comfort. If one gets off track, they can always find their way back. It's such a tremendous stabilizing and internally fortifying force that not only for the individual, but also it connects them to others of that similar culture and backgrounds. It's tremendously empowering. It's one of the things that becomes important in attachment and bonding. So it's something that really excites me.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I think too, it's like, I like how you say compass, and there is an anchoring and a sense of belonging. So I can connect into my own personal meaning and purpose by knowing my own history, traditions, lineage, and having that possibility to research, like, where did I come from? Where did my people come from?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the way you say anchoring. Because sometimes, one is fortunate to have that given to them. Sometimes one has to go find it when it's been disconnected over the years. And what's so powerful about it is, especially when times are hard, or you don't have the family resources that everyone is deserving of. When you go back and you take a look at, where did I come from? What were my people like? What were their strengths? You begin to discover facets of continuity, that who you are, or you are being and becoming, is larger than you. It goes back over time and generations, and you can find that continuity of your gifts, your strengths in cultural, historic figures. And that is so grounding and so empowering for one to come to know. I can feel the excitement, and just, one discovering, if they're an ocean person, that their ancestors navigated from the Polynesian Triangle all the way up to Hawaii without maps, just by looking at the stars. And that's where one comes from. And they can find, oh, wow, maybe that's why I'm a really good water man, water woman. It's just tremendously powering. It's one way to feel fortified against, the existential threat that we all face, which is isolation. That even in the toughest of times, your ancestors are with you, your cultural lineage and heritage that you are born into this world with comes with you.
Yeah. Your story comes with you. And I like that you talk like existentialism and the isolation, because I was just noticing how understanding our ties to our past, to our culture, is a way to address our loneliness. And as attachment focused experiential therapists, we're so aware of the experience of loneliness. Loneliness is a human epidemic that we're all going to face.
Yeah.
Yeah, so caring about that beautiful story of the migration from the Polynesian islands actually is a mental health resource.
Oh, tremendously so.
Yeah. And a beautiful
Tremendously.
one. It's beautiful.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. It
Mhm.
gives one, you know, things to resource or things to research or things to explore in the present day if they haven't quite found their place in the world.
Right.
They can go explore these gifts and these activities or these talents that their people have had.
Right.
Um, and
I
then it
think why,
becomes,
yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say, and then it becomes, the present day manifestation of those talents.
Yeah, and I mean, I think globally, Hawaii is such an example of culture and, culturally informed people where tradition and food and these things are very inspiring to see people who know their people, they know their story and that resource. So I think simple ways of researching would be even to figure out what is my heritage and maybe
Mm-hmm.
watching movies, reading some books, Google, whatever it might be that makes it easy. And getting familiar with food or getting familiar with like the story you shared of migration. Those are simple ways for us to connect back.
Oh, absolutely. And I think in no time is it more accessible than now, that information. I have clients that come in and say, oh, they saw something on YouTube, they saw an interview of a cultural figure, and that just inspired them. Others will read books by cultural anthropologists of their own backgrounds and lineage, or local artists, and something will resonate with them. In whatever medium speaks to the individual, or the system, the couple or the family, it's rich, communicates so much. Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Cindy. This is just beautiful, and I think it's timely for us as we need to consider cultural curiosity towards others. We also can extend that towards ourselves. And I just really appreciate how you've spoken. This has been an eloquent and inspiring conversation. So thanks, Cindy.
That's been great being with you, Tara. Thanks for
Okay,
having me.
bye.
Bye.